Hello, pile number one, and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. So this is the second time of me starting your reading. I kept the cards out. The reason why I kept having issues in your previous reading, you see, was because there was a lot of energetic blocks that were being influenced by the person or the people that's on your mind. They kept trying to create a lot of confusion for you guys, and I kept feeling that barrier or that block or that issue kept coming up, and it kept throwing me right off balance, and it put me into a state of meditation, just so that I could resettle my own energy, because I think that's what this person tried to do to you, and I want to validate that. They tried to infiltrate your energy, your sense of belonging, your sense of self-awareness, your sense of knowing. You know what I mean? This person, they affected your ability to communicate yourself, really. The truth of the things that you were feeling. They made you feel indifferent, you know, and they made you probably feel alienated. They encouraged you outside of your natural way of being, your true essence of self, the character it was that you know yourself to be, and those that love you know yourself to be, which is why this card came out here. This person tried to encourage a version of you that was more defensive. I would say a version of you that was more predictable, safe, a version of you that didn't encourage positive change. They tried to restrict your options of expansion as well, and they tried to make you adopt a more defensive or refined way of being, presenting and expressing yourself, because what I got here in the position of what it was that they did that wasn't good, that was wrong, where they went against the highest good, was they were very, very selfish, and they were very self-focused. They didn't really care about how it was that they were affecting you, and they didn't really care about your needs. All they saw is what they needed, what they wanted, and they fast-tracked that. But the connection that you guys share and the exchange that you had has kind of put in perspective for them what it is that they are lacking, where the deficits lie, what they think that they've achieved compared to what it is that they still have yet to do to actually achieve what they have in their mind. Does that make sense? So looking at these cards that I also drew in the previous reading, I'm getting new messages, and this is talking about how they affected how it was that you understood your confidence, your instincts, and they tried to take away your freedom of expression. They tried to dumb you down. And it's because you're very highly intellectual, with number 11 and 33 being here. You're very good at articulating what it is that you're thinking, feeling, perceiving in the world around you. You're very good at taking accountability. I would say that you are someone who is a very nurturing person, someone who is usually quite gentle. You are someone who is very expressive within your mind. Because we have all the growth here in the background, and all the life in the background here, and also you nurturing beings. It just makes me feel like they try to make you defensive, and they try to close you off to your ability to kind of envision the best possible outcomes for yourself. They didn't want you to tap into your untapped potential, and they didn't want to see they didn't want you to see the true beauty that you are, you know what I'm saying? So they dulled your humor. They probably robbed you of your joy. They probably made you feel like you had to question your reality in a sense, because they made you question yourself and who it is that you say that you truly are. I would also say that this person made you feel like you're not actually beautiful, like your uniqueness was something that set you apart, rather than your uniqueness being something that makes you stand out. And I want to validate that for you. This person really tried to target your authenticity, who it is that you really are at your essence. And I think this is because you were someone who had nothing to hide. You are someone who's done a lot of soul work yourself, and this person kind of wanted to invalidate you. They wanted to take the risk to see how true it was that you were to the faith it is that you've built within yourself. I would also want to say that this person wanted to test you. Like, I would say there was emotional manipulation. There was definitely gaslighting. There was definitely disrespect, where there was a crossing of understanding or like boundaries, and this this was done purposefully. This was done on purpose by the person that's on your mind. This person is very restless, and they are currently trying to face change within their life, but I keep feeling like they're being met with blocks, boundaries, barriers, and this is probably because this person is refusing to take accountability for the part it is that they have to play in their own stagnation and their own self-sabotage and in their own misbehaviors. This person will continue to meet these blocks and barriers the more they renounce their need to see where it is that they are not innocent, though they claim innocence. They need to see where it is that they are infecting and dirtying or making happiness toxic within themselves. You know. So let's go ahead and take a look at the karma. Sorry, we just jumped right into it. I had done an intro in the video that I started prior to now, but of course it didn't go the way that I planned, and I needed to get it out while it was still fresh in the energy around my consciousness. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the karma it is that they're going to be facing as a result of how it is that they wronged you, affected you. This could be someone particular on your mind or a group of people, a pattern that you've seen in people. What is the karma for the person that's on the mind? We had the trust card come out here, and what I heard was these people, these people have a really serious issue with intimacy, with trust, with connection, with true vulnerability of authenticity. Like, this person wears masks to a point where it's like mask upon mask upon mask upon mask upon mask. This person doesn't know themselves, and they attack people who do, because once again they feel like it's just going to take the right tactic to move you outside of who you say it is that you are, to show you that you're wrong. This person is probably a right fighter. They would rather be right than understand situations. They would rather be right than do the right thing. You get me? And as a result, this person is going to have trust issues with themselves. They're going to fail to give themselves their needs, and they're probably going to waste their time investing into superficial things that don't actually matter. This person might be known to be as someone who's quite attractive on the outside, but the thing is, it doesn't really matter how you look on the outside. With time, that fades as it is, and it's only the true beauty within that you have left to offer. And if there is no true beauty within, well, I don't know what to say. I mean, you chose, well, the people on your mind, they chose this route willingly. Like, they've pushed everyone away that they had genuine connections with, that they could have kept close with them, that would have supported them, that would have lended a helping hand. And they've pushed these people away so far and so much that they've almost shattered the connection that they could have had. Do you see this here? She's looking into a mirror, and behind the mirror she's seeing like a silhouette of a person shattering. This is showing me like through a false persona they've built connections, which is why these connections will never last, because these people aren't aligned with the person on your mind because they genuinely connect. That is never sustainable. They're only there because they're aiding the person that's on your mind with seeing where it is that they need to gain more awareness of where it is that they need to come into centering of themselves and take accountability and take leadership in their own life, because this person's, once again, a right fighter, which to me is always a sign that they're in the blame game. They would rather blame than take accountability. They would rather victimize themselves for the charge of sympathy that can come from others outside of them. But they use this to escape their pain rather than see it for what it is and fix it or heal. And this is going to be a karma that they are probably stuck in for quite a long time. And this is because this person doesn't want to look more clearly or closely at what's functioning in their life in a healthy and an appropriate way. compared to what's not functioning healthy and appropriately, though they are attached to and resistant to release to them better. Somewhat of a self-revolution. It's like they're holding too closely onto philosophies, revolutions, understandings, knowledge they think they know, and insights they think that they have, rather than releasing all of that to actually learn what is. It's kind of like a similar situation to that. This person is also going to have trouble building connections with people who are honest. From the time that they wronged you, they've probably only been attracting in people who are reflecting their deceit, their fear, their ingenuousness. Is that a thing? I don't know. Their manipulation. They're attracting in people who are reflecting their back to them, you know. People who are masking, who aren't who they say they are and then pose to be. What is the karma for the person that's on the mind of those who have chose pile number 1? This person is not going to know which direction to move in life, with the vehicles and car card coming out here, the water card, and the house and buildings. Something else that I picked up on the energy, now that I've moved it through my nervous system, I understand that this person is very steadfast in their ways. Like, once they set their mind, they're very, I just heard atrocious. They take impulsive action or compulsive action, and yeah, once again, that's what makes them ignorant to how it is that they create effect in their world, so they don't really care or take a moment to see how it is that it might hurt people around them, because they only see the benefits for themselves. This person is also going to have a problem with bringing order to their inner state of chaos. This person is going to probably suffer a lot emotionally in their life because of the torment that they've created within themselves to then be reflected outside of themselves. They don't trust themselves, so they can't have trustworthy relationships because they don't know what's good for them. You know what I'm saying? What's unhealthy. They're not in a space of owning that and taking accountability, so they blame and they project and they target. What do I need to know about this situation? What you need to know is this person is going to be engulfed by their own grief, their own sadness. They're also going to be engulfed in all of their own questions, which will soon cloud their ability to discern things clearly. Which will paint their fate ahead. They know what they're doing, and that's the problem. There's nothing I really need to reveal to you from what I've just been shown here. It's more a case of they're proving themselves right by the fate they have chosen, quite consciously. Which is why this karma is going to be quite hard-hitting to their self-identity and the way it is that they express, intellectualize, verbalize, and articulate their emotions, which affects their ability to feel misunderstood. And it's going to create a lot of emotional burdens for them that they're going to probably carry through, which will then cloud their clarity of what is positive life direction and what is not. So they're always going to feel like they're in a space of having to choose things. The more they mask themselves, the further they get away from the truth, which leads them further into the unknown. You know what I'm saying? Which is going to require more self-work, more self-transformation, and more metamorphosis. This person's karma is going to be very, very, very hard-hitting because it's quite a long karma. It's not one that I think would actively be chosen by this person to take accountability over to them redirect it. I feel like this person is someone who enjoys their pity and would rather sit in that. Okay, so what is it that you need to know about the lesson that you've learned through this connection? You've learned more about the reality of life. How things can seem so similar but end out being so different. You've learned more acceptance of yourself as well. You've learned to kind of accept versions of yourself that you would have avoided in the past, that you didn't want to recognize, that kind of subconsciously operated through your projections. And with it having come to your conscious mind, you've learned what it needs to be healed. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be your defensiveness, what you might have deemed as your mood swings, your defensiveness, your self-protection or mechanisms, your fears, with source being here, because this is a card that represents denouncing or disavowing things. So yeah, you've learned to speak more of what it is that you desire into your present times. And you've learned how powerful your voice truly is. You've learned how powerful it is that you are within your healing abilities for acceptance as well. With acceptance, you've brought natural healing to yourself, which has helped you to move away from things that aren't good for you. This has taught you such great wisdom, this connection. And what is this wisdom based around, sir, before we close? Wisdom that you're still exploring within yourself, because it's wisdom that was... it's wisdom that's being brought forth by your own intimacy with vulnerability of self. You're learning more deeply about yourself, which is the intimacy that you're learning, you know what I'm saying? So that you come into mastery of it and learn how to discipline it in the best way possible. That is the soul lesson that you've learned from this connection. What do you need to know moving forward? Sorry guys, this reading didn't go the way that I really expected it to. I kind of just let the energy guide the reading, and I hope it's found you well. What can you expect moving forward, or what is it that you need to know? You can expect more true, genuine love, more true, genuine connections. A lot of death and transformation within yourself, and a lot of self-maturing. There's an advancement within your own emotional intellect, you know what I'm saying? And this is going to help to bring about more things that you can appreciate. There's a rebirth here. A rebirth or a reinvention of self that has helped you to shift your perspective of how it is that you see the world, which is helping you to find new reasons to appreciate the goodness in your life, because you've removed channels that were only encouraging poor quality, badness, you know. You're also going to start to feel a better sense of belonging within your environment, because you're going to start to personalize the environment that is around you. You're going to start to express yourself more in your surroundings, and you're going to feel much safer within your identity of self. You're going to feel much more safe within yourself as well, and much more trusting within yourself, seeing your own strength, seeing your own beauty, really, your resilience that has come from outgrowing connections like what you have, because this person tried to dominate you. They tried to manipulate you, and this was what was most damaging of all. And now you're reclaiming your empowerment or your personal authority to place and exercise your self-discipline how it is that you wish to, which is helping you to reclaim your power most of all. So those are the messages I have for you today, pile number one. Thank you so very much for stopping by. I hope this has found you well. With all that being said, until next time, bye. Hello, pile number two, welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to go ahead and take a look at your karma reading for the person or people that is on your mind. So just as I'm aligning to your energy, this person had you questioning your whole reality, your whole timeline, even your memory recall. This person tried to rewrite your memory, or rewrite the past. Maybe they tried to manipulate your sensibility and make you feel crazy. I hate it. I hate it. You guys probably became very hyper focused on yourself. And I think this is something that you're slowly regretting, because it's something that you've been reflective of quite a lot. The card that came out here that represents how it is that this person or these people affected you is these people made you question who it was that you were in your knowing of self as a child. These people probably overly criticize your natural talents, skill sets, your innocence, your kindness, your gentleness. These people probably belittled you, or this person, you know. This person also tried to sabotage your social reputation, I think, here. Or something that you build from scratch. This person tried to like infiltrate things behind the scenes, is what I just heard. Kind of, is what I just heard. What does that mean? Oh, by the way it was that you made sense of things. So this person moved very, very strategically in the background, and they tried to predict things, or they tried to like set you up to fulfill rumors that they spread, kind of like narcissists, how they like set you up to be something and then push you to points that make you express certain things that they've said about you, and then they take that example and run with it and blow it way out of proportion. You know, this is what this person probably did to you, but now, no, when you were connected to this person, you knew what they were doing. You clicked on somehow, because I think you guys are quite intuitive and quite observant as it is in your life, and this person tried to manipulate what you saw. We have the little wolf girl coming out here. It's alright to be alone. So yeah, this person tried to manipulate your social presence, your social status, or your social reputation. This person spread rumors about you, I would say, and probably down talked you, but uplifted you to your face. They were fake, really phony. This person probably tried to sabotage opportunities that were coming your way, with these two cards being here. And they probably sabotaged the projects it was that you had, the envisions that you had for yourselves, the ideas that you would share with them. They might have even like tried to impersonate you, like take the things that you would say to them either intuitively or like share with them about your life experiences. They could have even gone as far to like try and take your personality and like impersonate you. I would hope not, because that's ick energy. We don't like that. That's a sad reality for people to live in, to feel like they need to take someone else's authenticity and use that to mask who it is that they really are. That just shows how much rejection they hold for themselves. This person tried to make you feel dumb. They really did. They tried to make you feel dumb. They tried to make you feel like you were blind, like you didn't see what you saw, you didn't hear what you heard, they didn't do what was done. The outcomes weren't what they seemed. You weren't feeling what you felt. The things you remembered never happened. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of thing that this person would do to try to discredit you. So why did this person or these people do this to the people who are viewing pile number 2? What was the purpose behind them doing this in the connection? Because they didn't want you to outshine them, is what I just heard. card that came out here, yeah, they saw that you guys could change very quickly and make rapid improvements or make great progress through changes of perspective. This person saw the true power that you are and how it is that you can shape your reality around you. This person was intimidated by you, I would say. Your sensibility, how inspirational you are to the people around you. They didn't want people to see you as better than them, I would say, pile number 2. So they did everything in their power, everything to kind of show everyone that they were better than you. You weren't what you seemed. You aren't as great as what you really are. And we have flower energies here. They try to disconnect you from your own understandings of self, and also they try to discredit your abilities. Like, for example, if you're someone who is like a divinationist, someone who's an empath, someone who is quite disciplined within your psychic abilities, or even in your intuition or sense of discernment of character within people, this person tried to make you feel like you were crazy for your awareness of this sort of thing. But regardless, like, no matter what this person did to try and stop you, pile number 2, I see here that you guys rose to the occasion of overcoming whatever this person tried to do. And it was because you were always living in your best version of self and choosing the best possible choices that you could, committing yourself to wanting happiness, building happiness, being happiness, or at least being the best that you can, being the happiest that you can. You know what I'm saying? Making the most of what you have and living to the best of your means. This is what kept getting you ahead and almost made you untouchable by this person. I just heard D-head. People were starting to uncover the truth about this person as well, and that's a part of this person's karma. You are not what this person thought, is what I just heard. And I just heard, damn it. Yeah, you're not. You're far from what this person thought you were. You're far from who they said you were, and people around them are discovering that at this time. And that's part of their karma. So let's take a deeper look, pile number 2, at what the karma is for the person that is on your mind, or the people. Whoops. Possession. Oof. Before I speak, let me just get a clarification here. We have house. They're going to be possessed by their ego. So all their lower aspects of self is going to be projected through them subconsciously. When they feel like they want to be their best, they're going to find blocks and barriers to doing so, because their ego is going to get the better of them. Say, for example, if they want to be a good leader in their life, they're going to find that their ego outweighs their desire to be a good leader, because the intention is infected by dominance, for example. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that they set their minds on is kind of flop. But until this person has the ability to independently take ownership and admit what they've done that's wrong, see how it is that what they do doesn't perpetuate positivity. This person, the more that they embody negativity, the more they perpetuate negativity in their life. Like, they have zero problem because they are their problem. Like, that is the totality of what it is. Their relationship that they share with themselves is unhealthy, which means they don't have the capacity to comprehend what it takes to be healthy in connections outside of them. This person, a lot of self-work to do. This person needs to bring an end to a lot of karmic cycles that they have created for themselves, and they're going to struggle to be able to produce the strategies or the ability to listen to their intuition in order to take decisive action that would create positive change. Does that makes sense? Sorry, I'm kind of in trance, so I'm trying to keep track of my words, but I keep losing them. Courage and boldness. This person is going to fall victim to their fear, and it's going to affect their ability to take risks in order to gain more success in their life through their creativity, most of the things that they're going to invest themselves in, once again, is going to flop. So they're going to feel like they've wasted their time. They're surrounded by phonies, fakes. A lot of people have probably been making agreements with them that they're going to go back on. A lot of people is going to feel probably like this person is like blind to their own ignorance. Like this person is ignorant. That is the highlighting word, description word. And they give people a headache, is what I just heard. This person would rather be blind, so that's what's going to happen. This person is going to be blinded to the true agendas, intentions, plans, schemes, and manipulations that other people around them conjure and create. This person is going to feel really discouraged and probably undervalued in their work, in their home life, in their job, in their connections. This person's real problem is themselves, though. Once again, their ideal qualities that they have, they're going to struggle to be able to express these things because the environment, the situations that they've created for themselves, the stage and the phase of life that they find themselves in isn't going to support their best qualities. It's going to encourage their lower qualities until their lower qualities become undeniable and they get tired of their own ish. So what is it that the viewer needs to know about the life lesson? That you are a warrior. You've learned a lot about what sort of connections you need to protect yourself from moving forward. You've also learned about how certain people can mask themselves and how it is that you can fall in love with the potential of people. How it is that you can over-nurture the highest potential within people even when they don't necessarily want to embrace that potential within themselves. You see the goodness in people in ways that they don't see within themselves, pile number 2. And this is a gift. This is a blessing. But something that I feel like would be necessary for you based on these cards is building better boundaries with how it is that you share your love, your support, your nurturing, your compassion. The types of people you've been giving these energies and focuses and attentions to have been emotionally, physically, mentally exhausting and draining you. And I say that without a lie, because we have the warrior. You've been at a constant battle. You know what I'm saying? You've been learning about your resilience, I would say, here as well, with the transformation card being here and the weather and natural events. The duality to this is you learning about how much you've changed in positive ways and unexpected ways. Learning what it means to appreciate balance and harmony. Learning the journey and seeing the outcome and understanding the value in these things. These are the lessons that you're learning. I also see that this person may have tried to like isolate you so that you... Oh, yeah, no, okay. So this person probably tried to isolate you because what I saw here was the eagle's wings, the feathers on the end, being chopped off. It might not be an eagle, a bird. The end of the wings being chopped off. Like this person tried to take you away from your own kind, restrict your ability to live in your nature, and then keep you confined. But funny, with them doing this actually taught you how to trust yourself more and how to rely most on your own inner guidance, your own inner truth, and your own inner voice, which helped you to get curious of what is actually possible outside of the reality that you had found yourself in. So with this person trying to do bad things, your ancestors came through to help you to see the goodness that this was actually teaching you, how you could make this bad situation into something that could grow you, stabilize you, and help you to move forward in a way that benefited you rather than hurt you. With Speak the Truth and the Outlaw coming out here. You made the best out of it instead of using it to encourage the worst in you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so additional message, please, Spirit. Moving forward, you're going to find connections that are going to be much more mutually reflective to you. People who appreciate you and people who want the same sorts of things that you do. They want the same, they have the same sorts of visions of peace, the same sorts of visions of intimacy, the same sorts of visions and understandings of beauty and all that sort of stuff. You're going to start to find more connections that reflect you, what sorts of love you deserve and what sorts of loves you need. This person has actually helped you to realign to a much better timeline than what you would have headed down. Even if you didn't connect with this person that's on your mind or the people, you still would have remained on the path it is that they have deterred you from. Though you have ultimately chosen, you would have just kept recycling that energy through different connections. And it was your intuition that pointed out, with the support of your ancestors and your guides, how it is that you can break out of this karmic cycle with this karmic connection. Because that's what it was. It was a connection that taught you a lot about yourself, a lot about love, a lot about healthiness, unhealthiness, what your needs are, what your desires are, what would bring you fulfillment, and how it is that you can also return these energies back to sources that are deserved and that you recognize to be worthy of that. So I see here, moving forward, you guys' standards have upgraded because you have found more reasons to value yourself. If you could give so much love, so much sympathy, so much time and attention to the people or the person that's on your mind, imagine what you could do for the person who can actually use and reciprocate this energy with you equally. You know what I'm saying? That's the message here, pile number 2. So those are the messages I have for you today. I hope this has found you well. As I looked down, I saw 1818. That might be an angel number message that holds further messages for you than what I can make available to you today. So definitely go check that out if you feel drawn to do so. But once again, I hope this has found you well, and until next time, bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look into the karma for the person or people that's on your mind here. I got mistook. What does that mean? I got, sorry guys, that's not going to make sense to you. The energy here. I just heard something about an ogre Shrek. Imagine his accent, right? That's what I heard. I got me stuck. So perhaps you guys felt stuck. This is how this person that's on your mind or the people around you has affected you. Pile number 3. I understand now. So this person, you might have felt like this person pulled you into a shithole. No joke. Like actual. This person made you feel unworthy, undeserving. They made you feel like you could have been lacking in maturity. No, it's more like you were undeserving is what I just heard. They were deceitful and they're imposter. You might have felt like this person had created a disaster on purpose. And this person probably affected your money, your resources, your opportunities. They might have also limited your possibilities of expansion, growth, or like affected your ability to be able to build or cultivate something into something greater than what it first started off as. I don't know what that means. It's like a cycle. They kept affecting a cycle you were trying to create. And they threw everything off balance. Okay, so can you please present to me how it is that the person that's on the mind of pile number 1 affected them? I just heard they made you feel like your goodness was bad. The cards that came out here was Chased, Number 17. And the goddess. So this is just confirming the energy that I was picking up on how this person made you feel like you were unworthy or undeserving of something. This person could have even have used your past against you and made you feel like, once again, your goodness was bad. They made you feel like who it is that you truly are is not a good thing. I don't know. Yeah, we have empowerment here. This person affected your personal empowerment and your sense of personal authority. I would say this person also shifted your shyness into reclusivity. This person could have also invoked or created some form of anxiousness within you when they were around you. And it could have even escalated all the way into fear. This person tried to like display dominance in some sorts of way. So this person could have got loud, this person could have got like big. They would like puff themselves up or something and try to like abuse how gentle you were, you know what I'm saying, compared. I would say that this person also kind of made you feel, this person made you feel like you couldn't achieve the things it was that you were setting out to achieve. I don't know why, pile number 3, but I also feel like this person tried to like affect your other connections. They held you back, you know, from connecting to the people that loved you and you loved, and this blocked you off from seeing what was actually good for you and what wasn't, you know. They affected your solar plexus the most, and they probably made fun of you for your faith, your beliefs. They could have done this to your face or behind your back. The way it is that you would pull yourself out of things that you never put yourself in to begin with, they would make fun of almost. But the hidden truth here, for real, they actually think you're quite magical. But they didn't want to believe that, and they didn't want you to think that they believe that about you, in case you took advantage of the idea that they thought you were actually quite, like, mystical. Does that make sense? They tried to affect your ability to speak the truth as well. They made you feel like you were walking on eggshells, like you had to hide the truth all the time, and this made you feel quite maybe apathetic and pessimistic. That's what this person wanted for you. They wanted to dull your vision of possibility. Pile number 1. So I think I'm picking up on this, right? I'm pretty sure I am. From what I heard, I believe this person might have even tried to like use personal things that they know about you against you to people around you. With leadership and the goddess being here, and also the spirit guides card, and with the empowerment and chase, these are the cards that are making me think that they used your personal experiences that you guys exchanged or shared, or personal things that they had seen behind closed doors against you by sharing it with people outside of you. Like, this is giving revenge porn. This is giving, like, you went through something horrific in your childhood and this person purposely put you back through something like that, even though they knew it was going to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? This person was kind of horrible in their intent, and they did it on purpose. Like, I literally heard that they were an imposter. So, let's go ahead and take a look at what the karma is for the person or people that are on your mind. I'm so sorry, pile number 3. So, a big part of their karma that they're going to be receiving for how they wronged you is that they're going to lose a lot of their assets, a lot of what brought them security, a lot of what they thought that they knew is going to be crumbling underneath them. The things that they thought that they were going to move on to and that they would expand into better things aren't going to expand. They're actually going to become much more limited than what they would have imagined for themselves. They're going to be carrying a lot of emotional burdens because right now they're like a sponge. They're just soaking everything up around them, which is going to end up probably affecting their bodily health. They're going to be ignoring their instincts as well, and they're going to be like shut off from seeing clarity around them. So they're not going to know their skill sets or how to use their skill sets in the best possible ways to create best possible outcomes in their situations, circumstances around them. I also heard that they're going to try to rise to like a higher stature, prestige, or gain some form of recognition that they're not going to get. And they're going to be seeking out like wisdom, insight, guidance from people and places and things that aren't going to provide the truth, that aren't going to illuminate the things that they're needing or wanting to know, which is going to affect their trust within themselves and their environment and the people around them. It's going to affect their trust in the unknown. Once again, they're not going to be able to see their talents and skill sets or resources that they can be using in the best possible way. So they're probably going to walk into situations already thinking that they are going to fail, which in result leads to failure. Okay, so what would they have to do to correct their karma? They can't. They're going to have to go through this soul lesson until it's completed with fate and sacred sexuality. That's all about creating your desire or your willpower outside of you. So the things that they're coming to face in their struggles and in their obstacles are things that they've chosen for themselves. With the alchemist being here, they literally designed the struggles that they're facing. And they're going to have to live with it. What's that song? Bed of Lies by Nicki Minaj is what I just heard. The Sovereign. Yeah, they're going to have to go through all of these life lessons of what they put you through. They're literally going to experience the exact same things as what they put you through, but in different expressions. So the lessons are going to be the same, the emotions are going to be the same, the impact is going to be the same, but just a little bit harsher, a little bit more intense, and in a much more humbling way, because this person was on a very high horse. They thought they were more than what they are, and the universe is kind of like, oh, is that right? Here you go. Take a look at what you made. Do you like it? Do you love it? And this person's like, no, ow. It's like a jab for them. You know what I'm saying? So what does my viewer need to know about the life lesson they have gone through? So through this connection, you've learned what it takes and what is needed to build the best possible outcome in your current situation, in your current reality, in your life. You've found out all that is in polarity to what supports your desires. Does that make sense? So you've learned the possible threats, and you've learned what supports. You've learned what is sustainable, what is not, what is healthy, what is not healthy. You've learned what is good for you and what is not. And you've learned what you should take with you and what you should leave behind. This is like, for example, if you had a certain type, you've kind of released that standard. You've released that definition and that restriction, which is expanding you to better things. You see what I'm saying? You breaking this contractual connection has opened you up to expand to better things, and it has created the space that was needed for you to receive what you are deserving of. This has also helped you to tap into your instincts and to trust in your senses and how it is that energy is working with your intuition. And this is going to help you to create more happiness, more positivity, more connections, more love in your life. It's going to help to revitalize growth. You're going to see progress in places that you thought you would never see progress, and you're going to feel happiness in new ways that you never thought were possible as a result of releasing this person. You're going to heal financial issues or debts that you've had as a result of being in this connection as well, and it's going to put you through a whole initiation into a new timeline of possibility that is going to be unfolding for you. So those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so very much for stopping by. Pile number 3, I hope this has come a positive service to you. A number that I'm getting here for you is 323. That could hold an angel number message for you guys that will have more information than what I can make available for you today. When you see 11, just know this is a confirmation that your desires and the things that you are investing yourself in are going to come to be. It's going through a maturity process. You're learning how to put action behind your inspirations and your thoughts in that time when you see 11. When you see 11, that is saying the things you are focused on, the things you are thinking about, the things you are feeling, the things that you are working on are coming to be, so it's best to stay positive. So those are the messages I have for you today. Once again, I hope this has found you well, and until next time, bye. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to take a look at the karma for the person or people that are on your mind. Sorry, guys. Just aligning to your guys' energy, what I heard was this person judged you and was overly critical of you. This person probably projected their ego onto you, I would say, pile number 4. They attached their deficits to you instead of taking self-accountability and seeing it within themselves. And they blamed you for their triggers rather than seeing why the trigger was the trigger, and how the trigger wasn't the bullet that hit. You know what I'm saying? This person was someone who tried to affect your growth, your prosperity, your success, and your achievement in life. I just heard this person would try to discourage you. So when really good options would appear for you, or like opportunities from like your career, or opportunities to travel, opportunities to expand your experiences in life and to mature yourself or grow, this person would talk you out of it. They would point out all the bad things within this opportunity, tell you how you're not good enough, how you don't have these sorts of certain qualifications, or the money, or something. There was always a problem for a solution. There was always a reason not to, when all the other signs pointed to doing something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this person also poisoned the love it was that you had to give to them. This person probably made you feel like the things that you achieved weren't worth celebrating. They undermined you a lot and tried to discredit the things that you would achieve, the harmony you created, the responsibilities that you would see to, how much work you really put in to all the things it was that you were focused on, that you did out of love. So this person probably gave you a false idea of where things could progress as well. They tried to, they attacked you for your self-awareness, how present you were, how well you knew yourself. With the naked card coming out. They probably made you feel really unwelcomed as well, and made you feel like you weren't good enough. You had to protect your authenticity from this person, so you never felt like you were safe enough to be yourself, because this person always made you feel rejected. Anything that was good about you, that was true about you, they rejected it, they invalidated it, they discredited it. They say, for example, if you worked 20 hours one week, this person would be like, yeah, but it wasn't 24. You know what I'm saying? Horrible. They would falter your ability to get to the root core of emotional issues as well. Like, for example, if there was arguments within this connection or this exchange of partnership, they would make arguments out of nothing. They would ignore the solution that was very available. They would like just kind of push away or sabotage any inkling of security and stability within this connection. So how did this person affect you guys? And they made you really upset. I would say that they made you retreat. Okay, they made you retreat to reflect on how much you were giving, and they made you feel like you weren't giving enough. So you guys could have even adopted things like people-pleasing habits in this situation, where you would start to not exactly murder yourself, but you were like sacrificing your needs to appease this person and keep them happy and keep them silent, or like I don't know, keep them from being a bully. Really? Like, that's what this is. They were someone who posed to love you that weren't giving you the love that you deserve. You know, and this person knew that they weren't giving you what you deserved, but they were leaning on you for healing. They were leaning on you for your, like, ability to grow things and make things happen, for your social connections, for your social reputation. This person, if you have a platform, this could have been someone who even like social climbed off you. You know what I'm saying? They took advantage of like something that you were going through so that they could grow themselves, and they became hyper focused on something that wasn't done. They became hyper focused on you to a point where it was almost obsessive, and they knew your ins and outs. You know what I'm saying? At least enough to be able to sabotage it, get in there and meddle with how things should have naturally come to be. And that sucks. So let's see what their karma is here. What is their karma for how it is that they wronged my pile number 4s? This shows that they're not going to find the wisdom it is that they're looking for. The confusion that they have, they will always have. They're not going to know how it is that they can take appropriate leadership in their life and redirect the courses of their life to create more balance and to be able to make the best out of their situations. They're always going to feel like when good things come around to be, there is something that always pops up that threatens the true goodness or the true happiness within their situation. So they always feel like they're fighting someone. There's always an enemy. There's always a reason for hate, for aggression, for threat, for living in fear. You know, this person is always going to feel like they're never going to be good enough. They're never going to be heard. They're never going to be listened to. Their fear is always going to overrule them. They're not going to see the goodness in life either, because they don't want to, because they're always preoccupied by the negativity that's in life, and that's just what they focus on remanifesting. Because they're so consumed with grief and sadness and all the negativity that they look into and that they adopt for themselves, that it restricts and confines them from the goodness that is there. They're going to find themselves with really toxic connections around them as well, really unhealthy dynamics within relationships. Things aren't going to last. When they try really hard to make the best out of situations, they kind of collapse on themselves, because they think they're bringing their best selves forward, but they're not, once again, because their perceptions and their agendas and intentions are infected with negativity, you know. These are the types of people that will judge someone for being judgmental and then claim that they're not judgmental. You know what I'm saying? These are the types of people that will do really good things for bad reasons and then say, oh well, it was still good. You know what I'm saying? Even though like 18 bad things could have come out of that one good thing that they did. These are the sorts of types of people that have wronged you in this situation, you know. And that's what they're going to kind of get back. What is the karma for the person that's on the mind of pile number 4? They're going to find that they're always like being set back from really pursuing the sorts of life opportunities that they want, the chances that they're wanting, the opportunities for them to shine, them to be themselves. They're always going to feel threatened once again. Their creativity is stifled, their emotions, they feel like they have to hide and conceal. They feel like everything is always going to be the same. Same suffering, same fear, same reason for aggression. It's very much I'm running energy, running away from the reality of life. Like, this is the sort of person that hates themselves, but instead of admitting that and learning what to appreciate about themselves, they project that hate on everybody that they feel fits. And yeah, they're going to have to recorrect the karmic cycle that they're going to be in. They're going to have to surrender to the truth that is that they operate and answer to fear and hate. And they won't do that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to take responsibility for that, because then that admits that the only threat, the only fear, the only bad thing that really is existing is them. The way they choose to be, the way they choose to perceive life, the way that they exercise themselves in life. Yeah. And they're going to have to bring a completion to their habits, their patterns, their projections, their ego, their self-discipline, for them to bring an end to this karma that is returning. So what is the lesson that you learned as a result from this connection? What did you learn as a result? What was the life lesson, the soul wisdom? You learned that, oh, sorry guys. You learned that when people present themselves for who they are to believe in, you learned that not everything is supposed to last forever. Things change, and that is the only consistency that we can rely on in this world. That change is inevitable. You also learned more about your own inner resources, your ability to plan, strategize, and overcome people that try to manipulate you. You out-strategize the strategist, really. And learnt when to say no. Enough is enough. You've recognized the good things that have come out of you having completed this connection, is what I just heard with the walk away card being here. Because you're seeing now how it is that you can move forward, expressing yourself more freely, being who it is that you know that you are, without feeling like you're not who you are that you say that you are. Yeah. And you're also finding more protection in your environments and in your spaces, because once again you removed yourself from the main threat. You disciplined yourself to escape what kept you bound. It's like you made doors open in places that weren't originally doors. They were walls. You also financially disciplined yourself, so you probably got out a lot of financial debt that this person probably placed you in, or a lot of commitments that you didn't want to be in. You learned how to grow out of. So this person taught you about your own courage, your own bravery, your own inner strength, your own need for discipline. They also showed you where it is that you can make improvements within your own self-awareness, and how it is that you could protect yourself better in situations that come to threaten you, really. You learned about where it was that you needed to build better boundaries as well. And that's how this connection helped to serve you, pile number 4. So those are the messages I have for you today. I hope this has come a positive service to you. And I hope this has found you well. With all that being said, until next time.